have to rack my brain.
Yeah.
I've been
I know you've been at it for so long.
The bar of what is weird has gotten really low.
And really, I mean, next to you, I'm
the other way around.
I'm vanilla soft serve, but when we had Damon here and we had Mackenzie Barbie as a switch.
Yeah, what did he say?
Yeah.
No, they were talking about what's with the ginger root. What do they call that with the ginger roots?
The ginger root, right? Not figging.
Figging.
Yes.
Figging.
That's
You're familiar with figging?
No.
No, because everybody in the straight world that I told were they blew their mind.
Yeah.
Figging is where you take a ginger root, you peel it, a ginger root, you peel it, so it's exposed.
Right.
You shape it,
Okay.
and you stick it
Someplace.
that place.
Up the butt.
Oh, the butt.
Yeah.
And what is that supposed to do?
It burns.
I would imagine.
That's figging.
Now, my reaction to that is that's to me is, I mean, I'm not trying to diss that. If someone's into that, that's awesome. It's harmless. If both people are having a good time, awesome.
Right.
But an easier way to do that, the slave that I was with for 8 years, we did a lot of knife play, where fortunately we, in that one of the very close groups I was in, one of the members was a professional doctor/surgeon, and he actually taught the group privately about how skin is constructed, and if you're going to cut somebody with a knife, how to do it as safely as possible within the S&M world. So she and I at that time were into playing with this. It's skin is actually amazing, by the way. It's incredible, and there's 25 layers of skin, and you don't really get to the dangerous level until you get about 8 layers in. So if you're just taking a very, very sharp knife and barely cutting the skin, as you'll see some of them very heavy hardcore S&M clubs, and then they have to slap the skin to get the blood to come up to the surface, they're definitely not penetrating past those 8 layers. And so she and I used to play with this a lot, and then afterwards, we'd all, like after the BDSM club, we'd all go out for like a late breakfast at some 24-hour restaurant, and I would reach over and I'd have her put her arm, her arm might be a cut or something like that, and I'd grab the Tabasco sauce, and I'd take a little bit, and I'd just rub it in. Okay, you get a fun burning sensation. She was a hardcore masochist. She loved it. I had a good time, and a lot less, expense in the grocery department.
Well,
That's just a lot of waste, dude.
Aren't that?
Ginger root.
I know,
And you
all
can
that
make
delicious,
juice.
all that delicious
Yes.
ginger root.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
So
It's
just
just a shame. Just
Sorry.
spread the cheeks and pour the Tabasco.
Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
there you go.
cheaper.
Oh, well, I put it on her arm just to be
Oh.
clear.
right, but I guess you could throw it in the ass.
Sure,
and
why
maybe
not?
eat it out,
I'm
whatever.
sure
Who
it's
knows?
This is
But
Los
you know,
Angeles.
salt-
It's probably a colonic.
If you've got a
thing.
burning or an open wound, salt actually, I think, burns more than Tabasco.
Wait, I gotta write this down.
But
You know that. Stop it.
I don't know about salt in the anus.
I've never tried that.
Mm.
Right? Tabasco versus salt,
Well, the night is young,
right?
and salt in the anus.
All right.
That sounds like the name.
Trevor?
I think that's a Swedish heavy metal band.
Are you on it?
Yeah,
I'm on it.
salt in the anus. Yeah, that's the next book. After, what is it that you're into?
What is it that you're into exactly?
So at this point now, I mean, you've seen everything, you've done everything.
No,
What
I've
is it
done
that you're
everything.
into?
I go back to my roots. I'm really into bondage. My partner and I do amazing role plays.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything you can describe for our
Oh,
audience?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're both Star Wars fans, but she's really a Star Wars fan. She's seriously a Star Wars fan.
Oh, we're gonna get some nerdy stuff here.
And so I go, oh yeah, man, nerdy stuff is great for role play scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So she, for some birthday or Christmas or something like that, I got her this she's got a beautiful body, so I got her the skin tight Boba Fett leggings and top from little crop top.
Right.
And then we did this entire role play that went on for hours and hours and hours, where I was a Darth Vader, similar person, and she was Boba Fett, assassin or whatever Boba Fett's character.
Bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter, thank you. And I just.
I can't believe I corrected him.
Oh my God! I interrogated
no
the
idea.
hell out of her. Interrogated her, and then of course she's a female and male, so we did this whole. We made it sexual, It was awesome.
But yeah,
It went on for
Boba Fett in the movies
hours.
is a man, so there's a kind of a weird gay
It was
element there.
It was female Boba Fett.
No, I
But
got
it
it.
wasn't specifically Boba Fett. I was specifically Darth Vader, and she wasn't specifically Boba
Right.
Fett.
It was yes.
But-
It was your own extended universe.
Exactly. And then the fun part is that if people are out there who they want to let their imaginations run wild.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say that for the both of us, our apartment just kind of vanished for a couple hours.
Right.
And we were there on the Death Star, and this was happening on the Death Star, and we did not break character, and it was full of bondage and S&M and sex, and it was freaking awesome.
Lightsabers?
No, yeah, one, but it was fleshy and
I
attached.
got it.
I was gonna say.
I think the closest I've ever come, I fucked
Light
a,
it,
no, I fucked a girl in my Green Lantern underwear, but that's a whole different story. It was,
Oh, please do tell.
that was it. That was it.
That's it?
I had my.
What led up?
I
What
was
led
like,
up to
I was
it?
like, I took off my clothes.
No, before that.
We took off. We were making out. I took off my.
Before that.
What? We were in the hotel.
Before. Start from the beginning. Is this a new female?
No, this is years ago.
A random female?
No, this is somebody I was going out with.
Oh, okay.
And I had a big boner in my Green Lantern underwear. And
But
she's
why
saying,
were
"Oh,
you in Green Lantern underwear to begin with?
Because
The movie came out. It was on
Yeah.
sale. So
Okay.
I wasn't playing that I was Green Lantern. I just had a
He's revealing his geek side.
yes.
I know.
Yes.
Geeks are awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just making
We're here at the former Nerdist School Studios now. So the before where does the time go? I mean, we can, no, we're almost out of time.
How convenient.
But I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Trust me. Do you want to role play or something? Is that what you want to do?
I just wanted the story.
Do you want me to be Green Lantern, have a ring?
Yes, please.
And
Everybody, yes, please.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Right. I'll.
Next week?
Yeah, if you want, sure, I'll come over to your house.
No, the show.
No,
right?
no, we got other guests on the show. I don't know who it is yet, but I've got an idea. The gas mask. What was that for?
Okay, so the gas mask.
So I've seen those.
Yeah, two of my tutors back those one of the couples.
Right.
So one of them was this guy who he used to both he and her were models in the fetish fashion show all the time.
Right.
And that was they were very connected to one of the main latex clothing stores who did a lot of the parties over there in Amsterdam. And he always showed up in a full male head to toe latex catsuit and army boots and like some kind of a vest like for holding gear
Right.
and a gas mask. And I was brand new to this at the time. I was
Yeah.
at, like my early fetish clubs. And finally one day I turned to him and I was like, dude, what is the whole deal with the gas mask?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
said-
I've never asked.
he put it beautifully. He said, when he puts on the gas mask, it creates this feeling that he's watching the world through this glass, through the window,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite participating in it, like he's still in his own secret private world on the inside of the gas mask, and watching everything happen around. So it almost makes him feel like an alien observing the
Right.
human race. And so I kind of ran with that for a little while. Now I wasn't really into gas masks myself, but I had subs in it, and certain gas masks are really fun for anything from a variation on a gag to you can use them for a fairly safe method of breath control. You just kind of cover the opening, and then when you see the gas mask rubber going like this really fast, you release it, and then the air comes back in. Plus, they don't fully seal, so a lot of fun there. But as the dominant wearing the gas mask, I used to have people just kind of give me toys and just say, here, I have parties, and they just say, oh, here's some fun stuff to add to your toy collection. And I think it was the son of the owner of Mr. S. Leather in San Francisco shows up with this gas mask, and he's like, here's a new one for your collection. And it has a horse head shape.
Right.
And I did a lot of theater. I did like 10 years of theater, and I thought, wow, what if I wore this? And I'm thinking like Midsummer Night's Dream,
Yeah.
bottom of the ass, right? And I take on like a horse head as I'm doing the various shows and performances.
Right.
And then I also would have my slave at the
Shakespeare
time.
Gone Wild.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have
Next title.
my slave would wear a mask. She got one of those China doll masks with the mime mask.
Right.
And we just started doing all of our shows. We would do in gas masks and stage masks and whatnot. And it took just an ordinary BDSM performance, and it kind of pushed it up to be more of a theatrical performance.
Wow.
And people really, really liked it, so it just kind of became a signature thing that I do.
Wow. And I know you're a world traveler.
Yes.
So, and I think this is your one of your last days in LA. Where are you going from here?
Heading back over to Europe.
Yeah.
And gonna explore around there for a while. Go hit some fetish clubs over there.
Now, do you have a slave in every city that you go to?
No, no.